you are welcome to this week's edition of the program. Today on the program, we are looking at college and students. My guest today has worked as a hospital pharmacist. She has worked with NAFDAC, practiced retail pharmacy. Afterwards, she moved to public health to work as a central immunization facilitator under the Polio Eradication Initiative. And also, she has worked at CAFOD as a primary health care program officer, covering the Northeast region, all in Nigeria. After her PhD, she worked in the humanitarian sector as a technical advisor at the International Rescue Committee headquarters in New York City. Today, she works with Arcadia University as an assistant professor of public health. And she is Dr. Comfort Olorunsaiye. You are welcome. See, I had to go through all that you had done in the past because you have worked, you have schooled in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. So you know what we're talking about today. It is an honor to have you on the program.
Thank you so much. I'm truly honored to be here.
It is just wonderful.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So my first question, Doctor, is I don't know if to call you doctor or professor. I'm going to be using both of them because I'm actually very proud to have you on this program. My first question today is, would you say that every child is cut out for education?
I would say yes to that question because according to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is, an article, right, that was developed by the United Nations, every child has a right to basic education.
So male or female?
Male or female. Notwithstanding, it's a basic human right. So I would say that yes, every child is cut out for education.
Okay. Now, from your, being a lecturer, you're a professor in a college. What's the percentage of males to females in universities today?
So I teach in the United States, and so according to publicly available information about U.S. colleges or universities, currently since COVID, the percentage of males that are enrolled in undergraduate programs, like in a 4-year program that awards an undergraduate degree, is anywhere between 42 to 44%.
You said since COVID. So in other words, before COVID, it was better?
Before COVID, yes. Before COVID, it was slightly higher. It was probably somewhere migrating between 47 to 48%, but definitely below 50%.
Okay, so you actually have more females.
Yes. In the United States, there are more females who go to college than males. But since COVID-19, we've seen a drop. I would say that the drop actually started before COVID, but it became more magnified since COVID. And currently, the enrollment of males in U.S. colleges, at least that award a 4-year, that have a 4-year program that awards, the undergraduate degree, is anywhere between 42 to 44%.
Wow.
So we're seeing, fewer males going to college, over time.
How does that affect the society? Because now you have the females being educated, the males are not.
So, definitely this is something that, affects human development generally.
Yes.
And it's not an exactly new trend that we're seeing. It's just that the numbers are becoming more pronounced or more magnified since COVID. Because before COVID, the difference, I guess, was somewhere between 4% to 5%, where males represented 47 to 48% of 4-year college enrollments. And now it's down to 44%. So definitely more females are getting educated or getting a college degree than males. That does not mean that men are not getting educated. It just means that they are underrepresented in the population of people that are getting a college degree.
Australia. Now, what are the major challenges confronting new intakes today?
I think if I were to draw on my own perspective and experience as an international student in the United States, I think the challenges are multiple.
Wow.
So there are social challenges around, developing a new network and having a support system. Because you're moving away from everything that you're familiar with and going to a new country.
Yes.
You have to learn about the country, you have to learn the cultures, you have to learn the norms and the social do's and don'ts of the new country.
And some of these children, sorry to go, you're actually very young, 16.
Yes, so that's where my experience is different because I came to school as, an adult with a family, so...
But you work with them, you see them.
Exactly. Yes. I work with them in my current role as, a professor in a university. And also I'm privileged to work with, fewer students as an academic advisor. So when students come to college, they are literally, for the very young ones, they're coming from high school. And it's probably the first time that they're leaving home and coming to live on their own, either on campus or near campus. So it's a lot of challenges, particularly for the international students who's coming abroad as a young person. It's around, besides the social, network and social support systems that they have, because now the parents cannot be here. So are there people that they can identify with, that can mentor them, that can be like proxy parents? If they have a challenge, is there someone they can quickly call up on the phone to say, hey, this is what is happening with me or not? So those are some of the, I guess, the extra social things, right? Or social issues that a young international student needs to think about. But for all students generally, including those that are born and raised here in the United States, when they go to college, it's a new experience. And so it's an opportunity for them to kind of explore the new environment, explore their college campus, especially if they're going to college out of state. They don't regularly live in that state and they're going to a different state. There are different state laws and policies that they should know about. And the universities generally try to provide that through an orientation, event for new students, which is over multiple days. They have an orientation. They talk about healthcare. They talk about mental health care. They talk about, dating violence and, keeping yourself safe. And keeping yourself safe, right, on campus. They talk about academics and developing study skills. I came to school as a graduate student, as a master's student in the United States. So I'd already completed my undergraduate in Nigeria. But I realized that I needed a different type of skill in terms of studying. Because here you're expected to be an active learner. You're expected to be an active participant in your learning. So unlike, the system I had been exposed to where, the lecturer comes into the class, he lectures, you take notes, and then he quizzes you and you have to, literally almost replicate the notes. Here, you have to think critically. You have to participate in classroom discussions. You have to do small group work. You have to do assignments. So all of those are considered to be active learning activities, right? Such that you are actively participating in your learning. And so students come here, and if they're not, properly prepared for that, it can be very challenging. And I think the grading system too is very different. It's very different than what we were used to. Because when I went to school, you could earn an A from probably 75%. But when I got here, an A was a minimum of 90%.
Are you serious?
An A minus.
90?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And so the first paper that I wrote as a master's student, I thought I had done my best, and I thought it was very good. I had reviewed it several times, and I submitted this paper, and my professor's comment was, this is a very good first draft.
First draft?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
And I was like, what does this guy mean? What does he mean by first draft? I reviewed and revised and edited this paper multiple times. So again, different set of skills that you're expected to have. You're supposed to have strong communication skills, both verbal communication and in writing also. And the good thing is that for students that are new to the university campus, they also need to be introduced to the resources that are on every campus to help them succeed. Most university campuses have writing centers, so students can go there and get support for writing if they're not comfortable writing. They have learning networks where students can be part of tutorial sessions that are led by teaching assistants that can help to break down concepts that are not clear from class. Every professor is required to have office hours when students can walk in.
Are you serious?
Yes, to ask questions about anything that is not clear.
Wow.
So those resources are available, but new students need to be aware, and more especially for students that are coming from settings where those resources may not be as commonly available. They need to do the research. They need to feel comfortable asking questions, both at orientation and of their academic advisor, so that they can be connected to the resources that they need to succeed.
I want to know what provisions are made, especially for I don't know if you've ever had issues of students being molested. A girl called me recently, and she said she was in her lecture in a classroom. The lecturer was not around, and she was just studying, and all of a sudden a male came in and attacked her, and she started screaming, and other people came, and then he jumped out and he kind of ran. That is in my own country, our own country. How do you handle such here when a girl is all alone? She's 16 years old, no father, no mother. She's in a place where she has no family. How do you handle that?
So there are many things that students can do to keep safe on campus or off campus. Every university has what is called a public safety office.
Public safety office.
Which is like the campus police, right? They're not, community police officers, but the people who secure campus. And they usually do, for some universities that have resources, they can do trainings at the beginning of an academic year, like trainings in self-defense.
Seriously?
Where you can, things that you should be aware of. It could be something as basic as situational awareness, where you know the call lights. So on most campuses, at least where I have been and that I've seen, they have these emergency lights. They can be blue, they can be red in different areas of campus. And so if you feel unsafe, assuming you were leaving class in the night and you're walking to your car and you feel like somebody's following you, or you feel just unsafe, you can hit those lights.
Are they very available when you're walking?
They're like street lights on a pole, and they are colored. So at least before you even need it, you should know what those provisions are on your campus, right? So you can hit that light and it will trigger a call to the Office of Public Safety.